If you are new to our channel, subscribe, like and don't forget to share. Let's say there is uniform electric. Now what is Wheatstone bridge? A device which is used to measure the unknown resistance with the help of three resistors. Okay, that is Wheatstone bridge. And if we go the diagram wise, so suppose I amount of current that is supplied by the cell of voltage V, and out of that I1 current is passing through P. Rest of the current I minus I1 will pass through Q. This is galvanometer. Let the current passing through galvanometer is Ig. So current in the R will be I1 minus Ig. Now over here from the Q current is I minus I1, from G current is Ig. So over here the current will be I minus I1 plus Ig. Now if we add these two, total current here will be I only. Let's say this is A, this is B, this point is C and this one is D. Now what is the functioning of the or condition of the Wheatstone bridge? When the potential of point C that is equal to potential of point D, in that situation the current through the galvanometer will not pass, and if current is not passing through it, in that situation P upon Q will be equal to R upon S. This is the condition which we have to prove, or this is the basic principle of the Wheatstone bridge. When potential of point C is equal to potential of point D, current will not pass through galvanometer and P upon Q is equal to R upon S. Now
सर
we will prove this. हाँ बेटा.
सर इसमें हमें वो वाला फॉर्मूला ही प्रूव करना है ना, R1/R2 इज इक्वल टू R3/R4.
हाँ वही है. You can consider it R1. Okay. This is
ओके
let's
सर.
say R2. This is R3, R4. Okay. So now first of all I am taking the loop A, C, D, A. From A to C in the direction of current it is negative I1 P. Then again from C to D in the direction of current Ig into resistance of galvanometer. Now from D to A, we are moving opposite to the direction of current, so it will be plus I minus I1 into Q and total 0, right? Again if I write this in this way, I1P plus Ig into G, that is equal to I minus I1 into Q. Let's say this is equation number 2. Now second loop we are taking this one, C, B, D, C. Okay. From C to D, in the direction of current negative sign, so minus I minus Ig into R. From B to D, opposite to the direction of current, plus I minus I1 plus Ig into S. Now from D to C, opposite to the direction of current, so plus Ig into G, total 0. Now I can write this as I minus Ig equals to I minus I1 plus Ig into S plus Ig into G. Now over here, if I say this bridge is balanced, okay, bridge is balanced. In that situation, the value of Ig will be 0. If Ig is 0, now from these equation 2 and 3, first from equation number 2, I will write I1P equals to I minus I1 into Q. Let's say it is equation number 4. Same way from equation number 3. Okay. IR equals to I minus I1 into S. Let's say it is equation number 5. Now from equation number 4 and equation number 5, okay, we will simply divide the two equations. So I1P divided by, this is also I minus Ig. I minus Ig. Here we have done one mistake. It is I1 minus Ig. I1 minus Ig. So this is I1 only. So I1R. So this will be P by R equals to Q by S, which further can be written as P upon Q equals to R upon S.
Done, sir.
Okay. लियोन आपका हो गया?
Done, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now after this there is meter bridge and the potentiometer. So next is meter bridge. Again, see, meter bridge, that is a device which is used to measure the value of unknown resistance with the help of one known resistance. In Wheatstone bridge, 3 known and 1 unknown, while in meter bridge, 1 unknown and 1 known resistor. Okay. So construction. Now let's see the construction and then working part. Meter bridge, it consists of 3 metallic plates. This is first, this is second, and this is third one. These 3 metallic plates or the strips, 2 are having the L shape in inverted position and one third one that is of I shape. There are 2 gaps. In the first gap, a resistance box is there, and in second gap, unknown resistance is connected. Now, between the points A and B, a wire is connected having length 100 centimeter or 1 meter. This wire is specifically made up of either manganese or constantan. So this manganese or constantan Hello.
Hello, sir.
Am I audible?
Sir, कट रहा है सर आवाज थोड़ा. Yes, sir.
अभी
थोड़ा सा कट रहा है सर.
Now is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. So between AB there is a wire of length 1 meter.
Yes.
And it is made up of manganese or constantan alloy. Okay. Why we are using the alloy wire? Because its melting point is very high, right? And its coefficient, temperature coefficient is very small. Because of that, what will happen? This wire will not melt easily and its resistance will be constant. Okay. Now let's say from the midpoint here a galvanometer is connected and other end of the galvanometer is connected with a key which is termed as jockey. Okay. Now what is the process? Again, this is AB and this point I am writing here D and this point as C. Now we will first of all take out some resistance from the resistance box. Let's say it is R. And then we will slide the jockey along the wire AB. Let's say at D point, the current in the galvanometer is 0. Okay. For D point, current in galvanometer is 0. It means simply potential of C is equal to potential of point D. So if in this case the bridge is balanced, this meter bridge is balanced. Now resistance per unit length, resistance per unit length, I am taking sigma. So from A to D, if the balance length is L, then from D to B, the balance length will be 100 minus L. So resistance per unit length is sigma. So resistance of the AD wire will be sigma into L. Resistance of DB wire will be sigma into 100 minus L. Okay. Now because bridge is balanced, so what we will write? The resistance R divided by resistance of wire AD, P by Q, equals to X divided by resistance of DB wire. Okay. R as it is. Now AD is what? L. X as it is. Now R dB, that is 100 minus L into sigma. Now sigma cancel. So unknown resistance X, I can simplify R 100 minus L divided by L. So this is unknown resistance, and remember that this balance length always must lie between 30 centimeter to 70 centimeter. Only in that case you will be getting the correct reading, otherwise you will be getting the wrong readings. I hope it is clear. Meter bridge.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Note down this.
Done, sir.
Okay. Vidhi, yours done? चलो देखो नेक्स्ट आगे. Next is potentiometer. Now see, what is the potentiometer? Potentiometer is a device which is used to measure EMF of a cell. Again I am repeating, a device which is used to measure the EMF of a cell, that is known as potentiometer. Now if we see a potentiometer, the potentiometer, like actual potentiometer, is one wooden board, and on the wooden board there are 4 wires. Okay, actually one wire is there which is bent into 1 meter like this.
सर ओम्स का ये किया है सर, सिर्फ ओम्स का.
Okay, so let's say this is B and this is A, right? Now A is connected to higher potential of the cell. तो बैटरी के पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से हम A को कनेक्ट करते हैं, and negative terminal is connected with a key, then an ammeter, then it is connected to a rheostat. Okay, this is known as primary or auxiliary circuit. Right, primary or auxiliary circuit. Now this primary or auxiliary circuit, if we draw it in another way, it is going to be in this manner. This has this cell, primary cell or auxiliary cell, EMF E, then one key and a rheostat, variable resistance, and this is AB, right? This is primary circuit or auxiliary circuit, and this is known as primary or auxiliary cell. Okay, now we will see the principle of this potentiometer first of all. Now what is the principle? Principle is X equals to V by L. Okay, where V is the potential difference and L is the length of the wire. Okay, and this X is known as potential gradient. Potential gradient. Now how to find this X equals to V by L? For that we are taking another cell of, let's say, voltage V, V1, and it is connected to a galvanometer. Other end of galvanometer is connected to jockey, right? Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I want to calculate the current will be what? EMF divided by total resistance. Now here, if the cell has internal resistance R, then AB resistance of potentiometer wire as RP plus resistance of rheostat. So this will give the current, first part, I equals to E upon R plus RP plus rheostat, resistance of rheostat. Now let's say this is the balance length A to J, where current in galvanometer is 0 and balance length is L. Now if I want to write the expression for the potential gradient, how I will write? Can I say Ohm's law V equals to IR? लिख सकते हैं ऐसा?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At the same time, R equals to rho L upon A, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, I rho upon A is a constant. Circuit में current constant, resistivity constant, area of wire constant. So, V is proportional to L. So if we remove proportional sign, a constant is there, X. This X is known as potential gradient V by L. और इसी X को अगर हम compare करें इस equation से, we will have it equal to I rho upon A. This is potential gradient, right? This is also known as the formula of potential gradient, and this is the principle of this potentiometer itself. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, लिखिए इसको. Okay, now two applications are there. If you are done with this, let's move. बढ़े आगे.
Okay, sir.
Right. So first application, comparison of EMF of two cells. Okay. Now for this, the primary circuit where there is one auxiliary cell, one key and one rheostat. Let the EMF of the auxiliary cell is capital E. Now two cells will be there and both the cells positive terminals, they are joined together to the point A. And negative terminals, they are connected to two-way key. This is a two-way key. And midpoint of this two-way key is connected to galvanometer. And other end of galvanometer is connected to jockey J. Let's say EMF, unknown EMF of first cell is E1 and second cell is E2. Now first of all what we will do, we will connect E1 and E2. We will connect E1 and E2 and then jockey that is moved along the AB wire. Let's say at balance length L1, the current in the galvanometer is 0. In that situation, we can simply write E1 equals to X L1. Let's say this is equation number 1. Now we will remove this key between E1 and the galvanometer and now we will join the another key between E2 and galvanometer. So again the current in the galvanometer is 0 but for the different balance length, let's say this is L2. So now E2 will be X L2. Let's say this is equation number 2. Because we want to compare these two, so take the ratio of these two, E1 upon E2 equals to L1 upon L2 and X will cancel. So finally E1 upon E2 that is equal to L1 upon L2. I hope the first application is clear, the comparison of EMF of two cells.
Yes, sir.
Okay. बढ़े आगे next application.
Yes, sir.
So second application, to find the internal resistance of a cell, right? Now how to find the internal resistance of a cell? See, first of all we will take a cell whose internal resistance we want to calculate with a resistance box. This is resistance box, a key, let's say it is K2, and this is connected to a two-way key again. Other end is connected to galvanometer and this positive terminal is connected to A, and let's say EMF of this cell is E. Okay, and this is first key K1.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. सर आवाज नहीं आ रही सर आपकी.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the internal resistance of a cell, simply we can write R equals to E minus V upon V into R. This is first equation first of all. Now what we will do, we will keep the key K2 open. Okay. Keep key K2 open. And then we will find the balance length L1. Okay, balance length will be when the current in galvanometer is 0. So when we keep the key K2 open, in that case E, we can write X L1. Let's say this is equation number 2. Now second time what we will do, we will close key K2, right? Now we will keep the key K2 close and we will remove some resistance from the resistance box. Let's say it is R, and take some resistance R from resistance box. Okay, now again we will find the balance length, and let's say this time balance length we are finding is L2, and this time it will give us potential difference, not EMF. In closed circuit it gives potential difference. So balance length is L2, so it will be V equals to XL2. Let's say it is equation number 3. Now the value of E and value of V we will substitute in the equation number 1. So the internal resistance R is equal to XL1 minus XL2 upon XL2 and into R. X common and cancel. So it is L1 minus L2 divided by L2 into R. So this is the formula for the internal resistance, and this we have derived with the help of potentiometer. Clear? Second application.